What's up, everybody? Dr. Joe here. I want to share with you my 10 ways to motivate your sales team. These are things that I do on a daily basis, and I think that, I never really thought about them. I never really thought of them as a way to motivate my team. I thought of them as a way to make everyone on my team super successful together. I believe that, rising tide raises all ships. So the only way to really do that is for me to make sure that my team is always happy to be there working with me at all times. And I think that that's going to lead to a successful life and prosper for everybody. Number one, spend time with them. Understand the personal and professional goals are for each individual in your office, because you can then reference them at the times that you need to motivate them and get them excited to get out there and do their job. If they're having a bad week, having a bad month, remind them of the goals. Remind them of why their professional goals are what they are to provide certain personal goals. And when you can do that and you show that you care and are linking everything together, they will understand who they're fighting for, who they're working with, why everybody is going to succeed together. Learn about their home life. And every single day you should be asking that. I make it very clear to my teams that I am two different people. We have a professional and a personal relationship. I am your boss at work, but we are human beings no matter what. So I'll never cross the line and make you feel inferior as a human being. I don't think that that's my job as a boss. And as a boss, I don't think it's my job to tell you what to do. My job is to help guide you in the right direction that's gonna make you successful. So every single day, ask about their home life. How's the morning this morning? How's spending time with the kids? What are you and your wife doing this weekend? I think that's huge. I had a particular person on my team that I noticed was spreading himself thin and not providing a lot of support at home. And I made it a part of his life. I made a personal goal that he has to have a date night every month or every 2 weeks, whatever it was, and he had to pick a time on a Saturday and they had to do whatever it was. And it didn't matter what they did. They could stay home and play rummy for the day, who cares, or go out. But if they did that, he would understand what he was pushing towards the end of the week, towards the end of the month for. Number 3, ask them how they like to be managed. Do they like someone checking in on them 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day? Do they need those text messages with, what they should be doing every single day and how they can improve? Or are they more of like a leave me alone, I'll let you know if I need anything, check on me every couple days? Ask them. They'll tell you. They'll tell you exactly what they want. And that's what you need to listen to. Because if you don't listen to them, they're not going to want to work for you very long. Number 4, most important in all relationships you have, but especially at work, set your expectations on both ends. As your manager, you can count on me for this, and this. At these times during the week, I will be unreachable, but every other time you have my full attention. Go. And then you let them tell you what the expectations they have of their personal professional life, and then you let them know, cool, that's fine, no problem, we will work to balance that as long as you're making sure you fulfill these needs every week from your position. It's really simple. Set the expectations, that way no one feels like someone's not doing their job. Number 5, and this is something that I've noticed a lot in all of the businesses I've been involved in. When things are going bad, the leaders that don't have a full control of what's going on run around like chickens with their head cut off, screaming, yelling. They look nervous, they look scared, they look like things are gonna do bad. That makes the team do terrible. That is terrible for the team. And when things are bad, you want to push them to work even harder so that things get better. It doesn't work like that. When they are doing their best, when they are at their top, when they're doing the most productivity they've ever had, that's when you push them. So they're happy, they're doing well, they're succeeding. You can give them a little push in a good manner, understand how they like to be managed and how you can set goals for them. But if your top salesman's best month ever was 12 and he's already out there and it's halfway through the month and he's at 10, set a goal for them. You won't go get 16. You won't go get 18 this month. That's when you push them. If their average month is 8 and they're doing 2, call them in the office. Hey, is everything okay? How's things at home? What can I help you with? How can I help you this month to make sure that maybe you can't get to 8, it's a little late in the month and it sounds like you have some things going on. How can I get you to 6? You will get a lot more from that than yelling at them when they're not doing well, asking them for the numbers, and just expecting a good month on the good months. 6, public praise, private criticism. Do not publicly call anybody out in a room. It is the most humiliating thing you can do to anybody, and public humiliation is the biggest fear of majority of people. Do not do it at all. You have something to say to that person, pull them in the back room and you can give them some criticisms in the back room. I would still recommend you give it to them in a good way, compliment, criticism, compliment, but in a room by their peers and maybe some of their superiors. Never ever publicly criticize them. However, on the other end of that, don't privately praise them. Publicly praise them. When people are doing well, they love being talked about. They want to hear their name. They want to see their name on the top of a list. They want to see all the things they're doing. So publicly praise them every single time they do something good. Number 7, and this comes in the way to praise them. Immediate small actions have a more lasting effect on your team than delayed large actions. What does that mean? If you guys have a group chat at work, we have a group chat. Someone closes a deal on the month, or maybe they hit their record month, or blah, 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 blah. An immediate message in there congratulating them and showing the rest of the team that they did it is gonna have way more an impact on them. They're gonna love working with you more than if you just ignore it and in 3 or 4 days from then, bring it up in a meeting and, give them a gift card. Time has passed. They were living in their glory when they did it. Congratulate them then. And even if it's just something small, it's gonna have a huge impact on them because that shows that you were thinking about them in their time of when they're thinking about themselves as well. Number 8, if you're gonna do bonuses, incentives, giveaways, things like that, ask them what they want. I would, in like the beginning of a season, like the beginning of summer season, if you know you're gonna be doing a lot of incentives, in one meeting, spend 20 minutes and ask every single person in the room, if we were gonna do a group outing, what would you want to go do? Write them down, use those. Why not give them what they're looking for? Number 9, when you're on your one-on-ones every month, because we all do them, and you got to give reports to your team members and make sure that they're living up to their goals and reaching what they need on a monthly and a quarterly and a yearly level to live their lives. I always want to ask them, what could I have done better for you last month? What did you need from me that I didn't do? What would make me a better leader for you and maybe the rest of the team? Servant leadership, in my opinion, is the most important part of being a leader. Is you need to be giving to your team and helping them grow and succeed, and you'll succeed with them because that's your team and they'll ride or die with you if you show that you care about them. Last one, number 10, be with the team in the trenches. No one likes a boss that hasn't done what they're doing or isn't experiencing the difficulties that they're experiencing. When it's 105 degrees and you're expecting your team to be out there knocking on doors or cold calling in an office for 12 hours a day, you do it too. Be with them. Something is simple on a hot day and everyone's out knocking doors. Stop, drop off water bottles to every single person on your team and walk with them for 30 minutes. Ask them how their day is. Whatever you need to do. But number 10, most important to me, is be with your team, be a servant leader, be the guy out there leading with them. You're rowing the boat with them, you're not just telling them to row. Those are the 10 ways I think that you can, I call it motivate a sales team, but just be an effective leader. Because if you're an effective leader, you have a good sales team, you're motivating them to be better. Be effective, be caring about your team, make sure they feel like they matter to you. And they're not just a number, they're not just giving you a paycheck every month. Like on a personal level, everybody on your team matters to you. If you can get that across to them, you'll be a successful leader.